All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to OMT. Welcome to a live day trading session with me. For those who are new, my name is Denzel. OMT stands for Open Market Trader. That is the business that I'm starting. It is a business. So yeah, and I'm a day trader, options trader mainly. I don't trade shares as much. I will get into that, but for right now, I'm just mainly focused on options day trading. You know. So, give me 1 second. Check, check. Alrighty. So, all right, everybody. So let's get to watch list. It's always about the watch list. I could hear like a double echo, so I'm trying to check, 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 check. All right. I just want to make sure that my audio is good. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's see what we got cooking up. So right now, I always like to. I have a few things that I already want to go ahead and take a look at today. Yeah, I already got a few things I want to go ahead and take a look at today. I did put some swings in Nike, as you guys can see here on my list. Nike had earnings to yesterday, so let's go ahead and map out Nike first. Nike is on my watch list. Nike, what I saw on Nike, I took an earnings call, and I like for me is you see this green line here. This is the 200-day moving average. Nike broke the 200-day moving average, and it's been selling off for quite some time since, let's go with August 26th, 2025. So it's been selling off all the way till now, and we're in September, so it's been selling off for about a month. Earnings took place yesterday, and when I looked at this technically, when we see the nine, these white lines is 9 and 20, and this gray line that is kind of hard to see is the 50. When we see all of this kind of cross over into the 200, it can seem like this is going to be weak and continue to fall. But this was good trade to go short at this point in time when we first crossed the 200, right? This was when the trade was actually a good trade to go short. Now, earnings is that the way I looked at it is that Nike's not a bad company. Nike should have a good balance sheet, and Nike should have a good catalyst. They should be coming out with something good to help the stock pop up. And on top of that, Nike's been really oversold. So, and then we're looking at support, S2 pivot, P, this pivot level R2, S2 here, S3. So I didn't really see this, becoming like an all out drop. Looking at the bigger picture, and I didn't even notice this, but there was support right here. You know what I mean? There was support back here, which even, confirmed just my thesis in terms of Nike making a move higher based on a good call or some good announcements and earnings. So I went ahead, I put in a long, and I should be up on this trade. There might be some people who come in this morning and want to buy the stock. I'm sorry, who wants to sell the stock. So I need to be aware of that and probably need to get out of my swing position quickly. I'm in there on two contracts. You can see I have a 75 call and a 72 call. So I think I might hold on to the 72, but I might have to get out of the 75. I'm not sure. But days when there's earnings is that the next day it can be a sell-off because people may be covering their long positions and getting out of the trade, or it can continue to go ahead and move higher. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and mark some levels on this. So let's mark the pre-market levels. So right now we got, and I would explain because I'm not sure if there was people who joined on Monday, but I'm going to explain how I mark these levels, the colors that I put. So when it's pre-market levels, I do white. Why I do white is just my preference in terms of it helps me understand that this is not going to go ahead and last too long. This is just for the day. So that's the white line. So these are the pre-market levels. Pre-market high 73.48, pre-market low at 71.65. Okay. So we got that. We are trading above yesterday's range. So let's go ahead and put yesterday's high. Yesterday's high, you guys can see at the high yesterday was 70.21. And it doesn't have to be exactly accurate, but I don't want to be like 20 cents off, but I don't mind being a cent off. So I have the level at 70.22. All right. And then yesterday's low was 68.82. I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. I am on the West Coast, so it's really early for me. You guys are gonna see the sun come up. So welcome once again to my live, right? So so that's that. Now I want to find a high volume candle. Where did people make the most action? So let's see that. And you're gonna see that right here, right where you see VOL right here. If we're looking at the right side of my screen, this is the daily chart. This is the 5 minute. You guys are gonna see volume, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about when I'm able to find that high volume candle. Okay, look at that, 1.6 million. I'm sorry, 1.6, 1.1 million on this candle right here, and this is a red candle, so we know that there was resistance here. I like to put them right here. So let's go, and I make this one orange because this is just for the moment. So this was a high volume area that we sold off, but it was still an indecision. Why? Because we got a wick here and wick here and a body here. So we're not sure where we want to go. And why? And how do we know that we're not sure? Well, we didn't sell off continuously after this candle. We did sell off, but we got the 20-day moving average holding some action, another indecision. Then we came back up again. We even came back up again. Now we got some continuation on the downside, but we still got buyers and we're still above the 200. So is there a thesis to still think long? Absolutely. But we're under VWAP. So there might be a struggle for the stock to go back up, but the 200-day moving average is a powerful, powerful moving average. So these are just technicals I use as a guide. That doesn't mean that it's always true, because price could come back to the 200 and even break past this pivot level and break past the pre-market low and go lower. And as I said, we can have sellers come in and go ahead and change the stock price. So we're not sure what's going to happen. When I am looking right here at the order book, we are getting a good amount of sellers. We got some large sellers at 73, large sellers at 73.05. So we got to see how price interacts. I'm not seeing too many bids who want to step up, to be honest with you. If I click here on the ladder, we get to see a little bit more in depth on the order book. But we got some buyers at 71.92, 2,000. Okay, I saw 1,000 in there. We got 1,013. We got another 3,008 at 71.50. So we got some large bids too on the downside. We just can't see that on that list right there. This is what we see for 47, 07. And I want you guys to understand, one size is just 100. 10 is 1,000. And whoever is putting up 4,000, so if you think about it in shares, like 4,000 shares, 100 shares. So when we're looking at 4,700, this is about, if I'm not, it's a lot of shares. It's a lot of shares that somebody would like to go ahead and sell, but we're not seeing any large sellers after that. So, the price might come into the bids or the price might stay high. We just have to see how that goes. But this is where we're at on the daily. And sorry if I'm moving my screen too fast, so let me try to slow down. But this is where we're at on the daily. So we can see on the daily, we were trading here under the 200, and then now we're in this range, which this is really, really exciting. So then now the hope is we could break these levels and maybe test up here a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe. We're not sure. We got to see how this plays out today. But this would be also something that I'm looking into to possibly day trade. The volume on Nike is pretty solid. It even has a good pre-market. We got some activity. We don't got little small candles and inactivity. So we're definitely going to watch Nike. This is going to be, I'm trying to think if this is going to be on my main list. I probably won't have this as my main list. because there's other stocks that are better to trade that would be better movers. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep Nike. Now let's look at higher time frames, right? Higher time frames when we're looking at Nike is that when we look on the monthly, this is a new month. Let's see, this month is September. We sold off, but what happened in May, what happened in June, July, and August was that we started to pop up. Now, on the new month, we're we're up here now. So we can try to get a move back to 79, 80. So that would be nice. I'm not sure if we're gonna get there this week, but it could be something that can happen. It could be something that can happen within the month. On the weekly, we can see there was an indecision. Once again, now we're popped. We're trading above the 9. We're trading above the 20 slightly. So we're just in this range. This is where we're gonna see things open up today on the weekly chart. So that's cool. So Nike can make a good move higher. Let's see if there's levels, right, on the 4 hour chart. Now, on the 4 hour chart, yep, this is after hours. We got this nice pop. We sold off, but then we got right back above the 200 here. But now we're kind of struggling to stay above the 200, so we have to see how this works. So we got a level here on the 4 hour at this R1. I think this would be important. Now I do put levels because I trade on the 5 minute. I trade on the 2 minute chart when it comes to execution and reading where I would like things to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a level here, and I make this yellow. Yellow means that this is on the 4 hour or the 1 hour chart, just so I can see where interaction is at, right? And then we got another level at 73.55. I'm gonna account for that too. I try my best not to have too many levels because it could get kind of confusing having so many levels on your chart. But it's important to identify these things at the same time, just so you could trade with the best accuracy. So right now we're trading under the high volume area. We're trading under this pivot level. We're trading under another pivot level. So we continue to sell off, but I would like to see if the price could retest this area. And if we break above this area, then we can go higher up into this level right here, 74.41. So let's see how today goes when it comes to so we went ahead and marked that. And I'm not gonna mark anything below that because anything below, you see how we got R1 here and this pivot level here, I won't mark that because we're gonna come back into moving averages at that point. So there's no need to mark that because that's gonna show up on my 5 minute. Now, when we're looking at news, it's just earnings. It's really not much to cover. Let's see Nike's resilience and strategic moves underpin buy rating and mid-tariff challenges. These stocks are moving the most. Yep, Nvidia, Nike. So Nike is a good stock to watch today, everybody. Honestly, I kind of want to put this on my main list. Oh, don't even know how I got here. Okay. I honestly want to put this on my main list, but I'm not quite sure. I might end up putting this on my main list, but let's see. I'm just looking at scanners, but I already have a list of stocks that I'm watching. Alrighty. Yeah. I'll come back to this. In terms of putting, it's probably gonna go on my main list, but let's see what else is out there. All right. I like to look. If you guys look at the on the left side of my screen, you guys see my watch list. I look at the percentage. Where's the percentage that we're at on some of these stocks, and this will give me an idea too on what should I trade. So this is MU. MU had earnings last week. If we look down here where it says E, we had earnings last week on September 23rd. We went ahead, we fell, and then now we're back up at these levels today. We kind of gapped down a little bit, but I won't trade MU. I do like the percentage. Let's see. You know what? MU could give a really, really good move. Because I like to trade stocks that are moving. But what I don't like about MU It's the candles in the pre-market. Yeah, I just don't like how these candles look. So I think I might not trade it. I might. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it right now. I'll come back to this one. I do have a swing on Oracle. I am trying to take Oracle down to 270. So let's go ahead and mark levels because I already have some levels on Oracle. So yesterday's high on Oracle was 284. Okay. Yesterday's low on Oracle was 275.90. Okay. Pre-market, we are trading still within this range. And you see how when I go ahead, I mark these levels, it's easy to identify what's going on. If I see white, we're within range or out of range. If we see red and blue, then that's showing the highs and lows of the previous day. So it's kind of easy. Now, this orange line, once again, these are high volume areas that I'm looking for. So, or high volume candles. So let's see, where is the high volume? Where are we getting that at? It's not really too much action going on with Oracle. I think the highest one we saw is 200,000, 263,000. There we go. Yep, right here. So this candle, we got the most volume on this candle, and it kind of respected it because we didn't look back. We did not look back. I'm looking for Oracle to have like a mega drop day, but you see how we double bottomed. So right here and in the pre-market, we went ahead and double bottomed. So this level is critical. But once we break this level, it's time to add heavily. So the minute this level is broken, I'll probably go in a little small size, but then I see how we have an S1 level right here. I would then add again if we could go ahead and break here, and I'll take this lower to about 271 and try to see if we could close this gap to 261, and that'll be a nice move. So that'll be something that I am watching for. Don't know when it will be ready to go ahead and do that. But when we look at the daily, we gapped up earnings back in September 10th. Then we went ahead and sold off. We tried to go back up. Then we sold off. We got under the 9 now. We got under the 20. So now this is a change of direction, and we could go ahead and hit lower. So let's see. I'm not sure if today would be the day for this. I do have a swing position. It does expire on Fridays. I was trying to get a little something out of this trade. I was up about $80 on this one when it dropped to 275.90 yesterday. I was at work. I didn't see a need to sell it. Like I said, I'm looking at this on a daily, so I'm aiming for 271 here. So we're gonna see how this goes. When we look at the monthly, we see this massive rejection right now. Massive rejection on the monthly. So we don't know how this month is gonna open up. It could open up today, right here. We see this white line. So we're right here in the pre-market today, and it can, come back up. So who knows? On the weekly, right now, this is the start of the week. I'm trying to hit this candle. So this is the start of the week. And when I'm looking at this, we got some sellers here, rejection. So we would like to see, like this one, come and flush back down to 261. So we would like to see that. Not sure if that's going to happen, but it's something that we would like to see. And then we got the daily, right? So let's go to the 4-hour chart. When we look at the 4-hour, a key pivot level is right here. So let's go ahead and mark this pivot level. All right, let's make that yellow because this is on the 4-hour. So this is what's holding us up. If we could break this 200, right? Let's zoom in a little bit more. If we could break this 200, we could break this at this previous level, this S2 level. Then we can make some move down, but we double bottom, as I mentioned. And it wasn't a strong double bottom because we sold off, and this is a selling candle, bought up, sold off again, and bought up again. But it wasn't. This candle's not a white candle, or in your screen, it's not a green candle buy up. This is a red candle with some more buy up. So we can retest this and come back here. Don't know if it'll be today. Don't even know if it'll happen. But I like the fact that we're trending. We got the 20 that just went ahead and crossed the 50. We got the 9. So this is in a downtrend still. Downtrend. All right. So this can make some strong moves down. Let's go on the 1 hour. Are we missing anything here? And we're not. We're trading under this S2 level on the 1 hour as well. Let's mark that. And remember, guys, we see the market how we see the market. Everybody does not see the market the same way. So I want you guys to understand that. So you see how we're trading. Let me change it's a little darker. So you see how we're trading between these two pivot levels on the 1 hour. We're trading under the S2, but on the 4 hour, we're trading above that S2. So we need confirmation. We need to know where this thing wants to go. But we can see here on the 1 hour, and that's what I was saying. You see how we got a white candle for a double bottom. So this can show an aggressive. This can show a move higher today, and we can honestly come back to 281. But we are trending down. So at the same time, we might not get to 281. But who knows? We need to let the market open up and let the ticker go ahead and do its thing. And if I'm wrong, just cut your losses as small as possible and go from there. All right. So Oracle is definitely on my other list here. I'm just watching that. I don't know if I traded or not. I'm looking at it on a 15-minute chart. So I see what I do with Oracle, but Oracle did double bottom, and I'm going to show you guys another clean double bottom. See right here? You see right here? So I'm not sure what Oracle is going to go ahead and do today. It's not like a main hitter for me to say, oh my gosh, I want to go ahead and trade Oracle. I'm not saying that, but in terms of a swing trade, I think Oracle could make a good move in terms of swings. Day trade, it needs to break this double bottom for me to want to get in. All right, so that's Oracle. Let's see what else we got on our list here. We got Tesla at 47%, 46% move, 50% move. Tesla is a one of a kind. I'm not really seeing much. Is there any catalyst on Tesla? Levy, notify shareholders of Tesla, class action lawsuit. Yeah, they just keep talking about this lawsuit. I don't think this is going to drop Tesla or move Tesla. Latest news in EVs, XPAV. So this move is not new. But I'll tell you a ticker that I do want to go ahead and look at. And that is NVIDIA, because NVIDIA made it to new highs. And I kind of like AMD's daily. AMD's daily is pretty nice. So let's start with NVIDIA. NVIDIA looks good. Meta looks good. Meta is at 1% move. That's good for Meta. That is really good. I like to see this from Meta. So Meta actually might be traded today. Meta is another costly one. If you guys watch my live, the other day, Meta could be a bit pricey. So, with growing a small account, you got to be sure of this trade. You got to be really, really sure of this trade. But they did announce a deal yesterday. So Meta to use AI chats to personalize content and ads from December. This could be good for Meta. Meta would begin using AI chatbots. And funny enough, I use Meta's AI tool. I use it to refine my captions. So, but other than that, I do like to Meta in terms of the percentage that is moving today. That is nice. Hood, I really wish I caught this trade on Hood, but it was way too much. I couldn't even catch this trade yesterday. I would have been better off catching the short, but I ended up trading. What did I trade yesterday? I think I traded NVIDIA. Yeah, and NVIDIA made an awesome move. But I think when I'm looking at percent moves, I'm going to leave Hood alone. Hood is going to be hard for me to reason It kind of feels like a meme stock, and I'll take forever to get in because I like to wait about 2 to 5 minutes before I get into a trade. But let's go ahead and map out Meta. I do like Meta. So 726.30. All right, so we got the lows of yesterday was 726.30. The high of yesterday was 742.97. Okay, and then we are trading. Wow, a little bit below here. Well, we are trading below. So Meta. And the thing about Meta is that we're trading under VWAP, we're trading under the 9, we're trading under 20, 50, we're trading all under all with moving averages. Now, I'm not saying that this is an automatic sell though. Why? Because we could want to come back and then sell off. And we got this S1 level, so it's something to be cautious on. So Meta, and then 2 on Meta is that is it this purple line means that it's a key level on the daily chart, right? I'm gonna explain a few things. We bounce from here. You see how we bounce from here? So this is another key level on Meta right here. That's a key level because we went ahead and pushed from here. We gapped up and came up here. So that's something to account for Meta. All right. High volume. Let's see what we got. The highest one is 114. And it's this candle right here. Okay. And we're trading under that level. We're kind of surrounded by sellers, buyers. We do have this large candle, so buyers might go ahead and step up, but we do have larger size from what we see here in terms of sellers. We got some sellers at 725.20. So once again, I like Meta. Actually, we got a higher volume candle because I didn't realize I was looking at the 15-minute chart. I like to see it on the 5-minute. Because that was 70,000 on the 5-minute. But then we got 77,000 right here. I would account for that. I'm gonna change my to look there, 77,000 right here. But we didn't have any movement here. But regardless, we had 77,000 there versus the 15-minute. It didn't highlight that. Oh yeah, it showed us 113. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it in terms of the 5-minute. That's what I do. So on the 5-minute, that is the highest volume, 77. We are trading below yesterday's activity. So once again, I'm gonna hold on to Meta, and we're gonna see how that's gonna be. So let's go ahead and put up my main list, man. So my main list is definitely gonna be. I'm gonna put Nike. Cause Nike has a catalyst. Nike has good volume today. So Nike's gonna be there. Meta. I have a swing position on Oracle. Time is it? All right, we got about almost 15 minutes to market open. All right, so let's go back. We still got some stocks we could go ahead and check on today. Uh, Hood. I do want to trade this thing. I am tempted to, but see, just let's take a deep dive. Just look at this, and this doesn't mean it's untradeable, because obviously it just moved another percent today on the downside. It does not mean it's untradeable, but I don't like these wicks. I do not. I want full candles. See Meta, We got full candles. We don't got too many wicks. So I'd rather trade that. Doesn't mean that's going to be clean, but I feel like I have a better assessment. NVIDIA has a lot of wicks right now. NVIDIA has a lot of wicks as well, especially when we made a move like that. But what keeps me interested in NVIDIA is that a second day play. We broke to new highs. So I would feel more comfortable to trade that one than to trade anything else right now. What I do like about AMD, and let's go ahead and map out AMD real quick, and then we go ahead and map out NVIDIA, is that AMD on the daily is looking like it can make a good move on the daily. So let's go ahead and map that out. Yesterday's high was 162.28. Okay. Yesterday's low was 159.33. Okay. And we're trading in between yesterday's highs and lows exactly. We're trading above VWAP majority of the whole pre-market. We got below, but we held on to the 200. Still bullish. Now let's see a high volume candle. $80,000 was what I saw so far. 163. Okay. So AMD was 163 on this indecision candle. But we sold off and broke. And we're struggling to get back above there. So this is where we're at on AMD. But what I like about AMD is that maybe we could go ahead and break higher, or we could go ahead and sell off. Not sure, but I think AMD could give a good move. I think AMD has the potential for that. Now, I know I was just mapping out AMD, but there's one thing that I forgot to do on Meta, and that was to look at other time frames. See, and these things happen where like we forget to check on something, and that could be impactful. So try to remember all of the methods that you use to gain a proper assessment before you begin day trading. So the monthly in September we hit, we had like a little hammer, a little sign of a reversal here, more wick towards the downside, less wick on the buy side. Obviously this is a sell. We have rejection. Okay. Then we did cross over on the weekly we crossed over the 9. We're aiming for the 20, and we're right here within this red. You see that the white line, you see this blue. Yep, so we're right in here. So I would like to see if Meta could come down to 711, and that might be today. It could be today. On the daily, we got some buy up. Once again, we're trading here, but we got a key level. So we need Meta to break this key level right here, honestly. And then that will give us a gauge if it wants to come back down to the 713 pivot level, all of that. Now let's go on the 4 hour. Do we have any S levels? Well, yeah, we got one up to right here, but am I gonna go ahead and mark this? I don't want to, because I don't want to put too much on my chart, but it is important once again to highlight these things and to differentiate what some of these things are. So I'm gonna put a level here. It's very annoying to do sometimes, but this is just my strategy. So I'm gonna put a level there. We're gonna make that yellow because this is on a higher time frame. So then it just helps me differentiate a high volume candle that I saw in the 5 minute and a pivot level that was found between the 1 hour and the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, there's nothing there, but on the 4 hour, there's something there. So there we go. So Meta, let's see how Meta goes. Let's see how Meta plays out. I like how Meta is moving. I think Meta could provide something nice today, either towards the long side or top side, either towards the long side or bottom side. So yeah, so let's go ahead and stick with Meta for that one. Where would I short on Meta? I know that I would like Meta to come back into the moving averages a little bit more. So it's either that or I'm going to try to go ahead and get in long if we see that Meta is holding on to this. 271. I wouldn't want to jump in right at market open and take it down to 271. I can, um, but we would have to see. It's kind of getting there now. So if it was kind of up here and I saw some selling, I would quickly take it to the 271 and just get out the trade. But we don't know how that's going to play out. All right. So yeah, let's go back to Nike real quick and let's see how Nike is looking. I have Nike on my other screen so I can see it. All right, your Nike's good. It's all right. Nvidia is moving. Nvidia is actually creeping up a little bit in terms of percentage. When we looked at Nvidia, it was at 40%. It was at 50. Now it's at 78. So Nvidia is actually moving. So I'm going to watch Nvidia. It just wouldn't make any sense not to watch Nvidia, at least for a second day play. I do like AMD. I think AMD could give probably a better move to a degree. But we're trading within range. So that's my thing with this one. Versus Nvidia, let's see what the Nvidia is doing. Let's just be the last stock that we go ahead and map out because the market's about to open up. So I'm gonna move a little quick with this one. 187.35. That's fine. Pre-market high is right here. Okay. Pre-market low. Pre-market low is right here. All right. Yesterday's low was 181.48. Nice. We're gonna try a high volume area. We're gonna try to find that. So let's see. I'm sure with this one we're gonna find a million. A candle with a million. There we go. You see, I literally saw 2 mil, 2.6. Right, 2.6 there. Let's see if there's any. I don't think there's any other candle that's gonna go ahead and beat that volume. All right. Then now we're gonna go on the 4-hour pivot levels. That's what we want to find. Pivot levels. On the 4-hour, our nearest pivot level is right here at this R2. That's our nearest one. I won't stress these because we got a key level right there. So if we want to fall, we're gonna fall. So nice. I don't see anything else to mark there really. Let's see on the 1-hour if I'm missing anything. And no, I'm not. So when we look at Nvidia on a month, let's go on the left side of the screen. On a monthly, we went ahead and broke to new highs on literally the last day of the month, which was September. So this is nice, man. We're still trading within yesterday's range. We're trading between a high volume candle and a pivot level on the 4-hour. So something to account for. Then also, Nike is moving, everybody. And then also on the daily, still getting the move. Let's go on the 4-hour chart again. 9 is above the 9, it's above the 20, it's above all moving averages. Today is like we're caught between sellers, but I wouldn't jump into that in terms of like, it's going to sell off today. Once again, we got a lot of support. When we're looking at, there's a lot more sellers in here for what we see right now. But I'm pretty sure if I jumped in, because we got a large order at 185, I'm pretty sure that any little fall this thing does, you see how we got 5,000 right here, this thing will get bought up. Any little drop today, it could get bought up aggressively. We just don't know when that will take place. So that's that. And then on the 1-hour, you can see we're kind of engulfed around a lot more buyers than sellers. We got this one sell candle, but buy, indecision, but it's still a buy candle, but still, it's more so of a sell-off candle, but it's still buyers there. Indecision though, but a good of the body. We're under VWAP. We just crossed the 20. We can drop to this key level at 184.49 today, guys. So that is something to be keen on when it comes to Nvidia. Some news: Nvidia at risk of falling into .com bubble trap. Once veteran tech analysis. There's always going to be some type of fear in the market. As a trader, if there's fear, there's fear. You know what I mean? Just try to make your best assessment. You know, if this is in your like long-term investment portfolio, you know, that's something to probably go ahead and think about. But if you're day trading this, hey, I could care less if this is in the dot com the bubble. You know, if that's going to be the catalyst today to bring the stock down, then short it. You know, if the price action is telling you that. But for what I'm seeing here, as I mentioned, the buyers are starting to step up a little bit. It's just something to watch out for. But we can see here that it is crossing the 20, so we can go ahead and get this drop. But at the same time, we're above on the 4 hour, so it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky there. But Nvidia is nice. Nvidia is really nice. And to show you guys Nike, because the market is about to open up. This was a great trade, a great swing trade. I'm to buy me here. Just look at that. Just look at that. So that's nice, man. All right. My Oracle swing is iffy. All right. So let's see what we got going on. It's a meta bounced. Nike, cool. I'm gonna put Nvidia on my secondary list. I don't know, man. The thing about Nvidia is that I'm not sure what Nvidia would do. AMD to me looks better in terms of the daily and where momentum could lead me versus Nvidia. I'm looking at Nvidia on my other screen, guys. Nvidia, man, Nvidia. I'm not quite sure on how that could play out for me when it comes to Nvidia. Nvidia could be a weird one, but there's buyers there though. There's buyers there. Let me go back to AMD. I'm gonna look at AMD. I'm gonna look at AMD on my third list. I check back in on Nvidia at a later time, but I'm gonna look at AMD. And the reason why I'm picking AMD is because of the daily chart. I like AMD because of the daily. And let me show you guys that. Let's go on a daily on this chart here. I like this because we're trading. Well, yeah, we're trading within range, but we're not above anything. Okay, I kind of got caught up in like a little moment there with that one. Yeah, so let's go back to. It's tough to pick these things sometimes, man. And AMD doesn't have a catalyst, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. Is there any catalyst on AMD? Yeah, it's just tech sector. Yeah, so let's go with Nvidia because it made that move to yesterday. I'm gonna take out AMD. So my primary watch list would be Meta, Nike. On my third list here, it will be Nvidia. All right, and that's it. And that will be the trades for today. Oracle once again. I got a swing on that. I'm watching that on my third screen that you guys cannot see here. I'm watching that there. Nike is looking phenomenal in terms of where we're at. Trying to see if we can make it to the 75. So we're looking good on Nike. We do got a large buy on Meta at 721.85. So we got to watch out for that in terms of trying to short it. Because I might try to short this thing. I might try to short Meta. All right, market's about to open up in about 15 seconds. Make sure to drink some water, because this is like playing a sport. All right. I would like to sell Nike, but for some reason, yeah, Nike is just. I don't know why I'm not up on Nike. That's weird. That is so weird. That effect that I'm not up on Nike right now. Yeah, like I clearly bought calls. Oh my gosh, why am I not up on Nike? Yeah, it's saying that I'm down, but wow, are you serious? Wow, I bought calls on Nike, and I'm not up at all. I'm down on Nike. Wow, that is the strangest thing, guys. Strangest thing. Wow. Wow. I'm kind of speechless, everybody, because I'm down on Nike. And I bought these calls yesterday and the price moved up all the way to 74 and I was not green at all. That sucks, man. Like that just sucks, man. I don't know if it's the spread, but that sucks, man. I'm gonna hold on to Nike a little bit, but damn, that sucks. I was literally up on this thing. Should be no reason why I'm down on Nike. Like no reason at all. Even at 72, 75, it should be no reason. This is why sometimes shares are better. Can't lie to you. This is why sometimes shares are better. Yeah, like my days P and my OPP now shows 195, but I'm not getting it. All right, I'm looking at Meta. I like this candle here. I, I just want a little bit more confirmation on Meta. Once again, with Meta, we got to be sure of this. Maybe a 720 put, because we're under this key level. It's crazy. Yeah, Oracle is popping. I'm losing on my Oracle swing right now. Okay, I like this on Meta, but all right, I'm about to get into Meta. Yep, I just got in there. I'm gonna have to give Meta some room. I'm gonna have to give Meta some room. As I mentioned, on Meta is the goal is to get to 711. If I did say that, yeah, Meta might bounce. Yeah, it might bounce. I do have a stop on Meta. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get stopped out because it's bouncing right off of this S level. I really can't, but I'm gonna have to get out of Nike, guys. I'm gonna have to. Wow, Nike. I had a swing, I had a call. We got all the way up, and I was not in the green, not one time, not once. Yeah, I just got filled on that one. I just took a 155 loss on Meta. That is insane. That is freaking insane. I'm sorry, guys. I am a bit upset about this position on Nike right now. Cause we can see I'm down 44 and $93. It doesn't make sense to me. Wow, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of Nike. You know, this option expired. I'm not. It sucks, man. That was supposed to be green for me. Like, I can't even see myself getting in the green on Nike. At what stage will I make money on Nike at this point? Crazy. If Nike breaks the 200, if Nike breaks 72.25, yeah, I'm out. That is just unfortunate. I don't even know what to say. I kind of want to take another attempt on Meta, but I'm gonna wait. Super super unfortunate, guys. So yeah, Tesla's dropping. Tesla just broke. I'm saying Tesla and Nvidia. Yeah, yeah. I have to get out of Nike. It's not even up for debate. Like I'm not gonna make. I bought it at 208. Oh my gosh, I bought it at 208. And you're telling me that, yeah, man, that's super unfortunate right there, man. Yeah, options is all about the value. It's all about the value. Yeah, I'm gonna get out, guys. I don't see Nike coming back up. And on the daily, if you look at the daily, it just sold off. Like I said, I'm gonna hold it as soon as it breaks 72.25. I kind of want to cut it now, but I'm gonna hold it. Let me not be stubborn like that. I just didn't like that. You know, honestly, I really didn't. nothing's showing up. And Nike's under pivot levels on the higher time frames because that's the yellow. You see how I'm able to identify that? Like Nike's under that. So the odds of Nike coming back up is slim. This is not the kind of loss I want to have. The Oracle is popping, so you guys are seeing me lose on Oracle. Yeah, and looking at Nike on the 5 minutes, probably going to come down to 72 flat. So, yeah, let's get out of Nike, man. Because I could just see it. And then I got in that 208. With that, like, this thing didn't even make any kind of sense. Make no sense at all. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to get out. I'm gonna have to get out of the bed. Yeah, get me out of this, man. Nike was garbage. Nike was just pure garbage. I'm down like $300 in a freaking day. Pure garbage on Nike, man. Pure garbage. Damn. Let me put let's see how AMD is looking. AMD was nice. It popped up strong, sold off strong. It did a good job playing both ways. Nvidia had a nice sell-off. Yeah, you guys. I think my day is pretty much done for already. I'm looking at Nvidia and AMD right now, but AMD just took a nice pop, so can't really touch that. Okay, we got a 2 minute that just came in. Nvidia's rolling over. Still watching Meta. On a daily though, Meta gap down and we're getting kind of bought back up, but we're trading under this key level. So yeah, we're gonna see how that plays out. Yeah, Oracle is moving aggressively. Damn. 331. You guys are seeing 380 because of my Oracle swing. So I like this on Meta. But I need confirmation. I like the fact that on this 2 minute we got VWAB. It's been indecision. It's struggling to get above, so I like that. Why am I not taking AMD right now? Large volume. I like that. AMD is good. There's nothing wrong with AMD. It's really, there's nothing wrong with AMD. I would like to take that trade too. It's just it ran up, so that's why I'm not taking AMD. All right, Meta might get a second attempt out of me. Yeah, today's looking cooked, guys. See, what I want to see to short Meta is I want to see a nicer rejection. See, this is still not nice, and there's no full candles. This 5 minutes is trying to build off something here, but no. See why I didn't want to go long on AMD? I had a feeling it was going to pull back. Okay, Meta might see me again, but I need this area to stop holding. Yeah, let's wait for the next 2 minute candle. I need more volume than this. Yeah, the market's just chopping around. I keep telling myself I'm gonna stop trading earnings. I keep telling myself that, and then I trade earnings. I just didn't think Nike would have done that. Like my call was right, but my options just didn't move. The 5 minutes looking like it can consistently sell off here. Okay, I might get back in the meta here, guys. All right, I'm back in on meta. I'm gonna move my stop to about. All right, I'm in on meta. How am I down on meta? I'm so confused in the day right now. Okay, there we go. I'm like, how am I down on meta? I'm like, what? Okay. All right. So let Meta go ahead and do his thing. You can see here, it says I'm up a buck 80 on Meta. I don't know how, but I would like to add in the Meta, but let's see. I need another candle, and then I'll probably add another. I like how we broke that pivot level. See, right? I'm aiming for a 707. Drop on Meta. I'm aiming for that. can see I'm up $140 on Meta. I'm looking for an ad. I'm gonna be patient on this one, so we're just gonna hold on to Meta because my target on Meta is 707 right here on the daily. I want us to break this 713.63. I kind of want to be aggressive and add right here, but I'm not gonna do that. Because at that point, I'm just thinking about profit. But you got to be aggressive, man. So I think I probably am gonna be aggressive. But let me just be patient. Let me be patient. Let me be patient. Let me not be stupid now. Because I was about to like add aggressively on Meta just now. At that point, I'm thinking about profit instead of thinking about trade quality. Yeah, seems like we can't break S2. Let's look at higher time frames. Okay, 15, that's where we're at. Yeah, man. You see, 708. That's why I said I'm trying to take it there. I'm trying to take it there. And let's go ahead and put a quick level right there. Let's make that yellow. Gotta add to your winners. All right, you guys. I'm aggressive on Meta. I am. I got in. I got in on that. I'm gonna try to hold Meta all the way to 708. Now my stop on Meta for me because that did move my I gotta stop at 749. Yeah. But I'm gonna hold on to this thing, man. I think Meta could get this just looking at that hour, and we're just gonna have to sit here for an hour. But my stop on Meta, I bought Meta at 935. My stop on Meta is 750. So let's see what that looks like for me. It's gonna be a big loss if that happens. Well, I'll lose $500. But my potential, it's about a little over 1,000. So you see how I switched my chart to the 1 hour because this is where it looks like it's heading. Now I'm gonna take off a little bit at 711. Yeah, we're getting there pretty quick, and a lot of the times we get there fast, guys. We get there fast sometimes. Gotta play to win. This was an aggressive move by me. This is really, really aggressive. But, you know, when you're growing a small account, you got to be aggressive. But at the same time, smartly. You know, I mean, not stupidly, where you're just being aggressive just to be aggressive. No. We want to be aggressive in the right ways. So I'm going to hold on to this trade. 4 hour. I'm just seeing this 7-11 area. I'm going to mark this too. 7-11-39. You see how we got close there and we're bouncing up a little bit. Man, look at AMD. Give stocks time. The daily is looking like a straight sell on Meta. So let's get there. Just wait. It's waiting time now. We're gonna look at the level 2. I like to see the ask get into the seller's range. You know, we got some bids at 712.50. Really trying to hit like the goal, and the goal is really to get to about 708. That's the goal for me. But are we gonna get there? I don't know. But I'm gonna sit and wait. I'm gonna try to take it to my target. Just sit back, relax, watch. Take partials along the way. I probably won't have the whole move up until 708, but if I could get at least one of my contracts to 708, I'm okay with that. Nice. The ask came into 712. I want the ask to get into 711, which I think we could get into 711. We're already at 712 and a quarter. Okay, I'm looking to take my first partial. Where we at? I'm looking to take my first partial soon. I'm not gonna sell up until I see some buying action. So I see people step up. And I want the ask price. See how we're looking at the level 2? I want this level 2 to get to 711. Yeah, see how you might hold right here? Yeah, that level 2 is struggling to get to 711. Yeah. Yeah, the ask was staying at 712. Sometimes, you know, I ask myself if I'm being too greedy. And it's like, you got to make the most out of your winners, man. So it's not really about being greedy. You just gotta make the most out of your winners. You don't know when you're gonna walk into a losing day, you know, and you want your winning days to be great, you know. So so yeah, I'm looking for a great day to win. I am. I am looking for that. You know, we're trading under S2. I just don't see a need to walk away, but you know, buys are stepping up right now, and that's the sucky part that you really don't know how this is gonna play out for you. You don't know. And got to my target. I should have took something off, but like I said, I was waiting for the ass to get into 7-Eleven. So and the daily is just like we're trading under a key level. So there's a lot of confirmation to hold on to this trade, but you don't know how aggressive this move is going to be towards the top side. So maybe this was a mistake on my part. Yeah, I'm giving back a lot of profit right now because I was up 600. Yeah, let's see. How are we looking on the hour? Yeah, because that level was S2 on the hour. You gotta think this is an hour 10:30. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit on my hands for a while up until we can get to that level. Because we got to 7-Eleven. Probably gonna get back in the red a little bit. It's gonna bulldoze his wave back up there. There's a good chance that we might retest though. So yikes. We're getting right to my stop orders. Oh my gosh, are you serious? We're at 865 right now. My stop is at 750. Damn. We got another dollar move. Oh man, this crazy. Mm, 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 mm. This market is nuts, man. Consistency, consistency, consistency. One freaking candle. Look at that one candle. Yeah, we look at the daily, man. Just look at the bounce back. We broke through S1. We got some levels on the 1 hour, and we just went ahead and got bought right back up. I really don't want this thing to hit my stop. I wanted to go to my target so bad, man. I'm like, damn. Come on, you guys. Where the sellers at? Snow. Where the sellers at? Sell, sell, sell. I'm seeing the same thing you guys are seeing. Sometimes this is just an ad for new people to get in. I'm just trying to get to my target. I'm looking at two 5-minute charts. Didn't even realize that. I was like, why do these charts look the exact same? I was looking at two 5 minutes. Come on now. Still under VWAP, still under the 9, still under the 20. Because a lot of times when you get powerful moves like that, that's not going to stay. Those spontaneous buys is not going to stay. Sometimes that's a bull trap. All right, we're back to 150. We're looking to break 711. We want this ask price on the level 2 to get to 711. Because when we look on a daily, I want to show you guys a bigger daily chart. You see how this level right? We're under this. That's why I'm holding. We're under this. So then our next support on the daily is even lower. It's 706. 706. That's why I'm like, I'm holding on to this trade. That's exactly why I'm saying I'm holding on to this trade. Only problem with options is time decay. And we're under VWAP, so it's just like, just hold it. But then with the markets, that you never know, so I always act a little scared. Because you never know with this damn thing. Because even right now in the 2 minute, we're not at a pivotal point where it's just like, oh, it's going to sell off. It has room. It still has room to find a buyer somewhere and go back up. I like the fact that the bid and ask are kind of near each other, but who's going to win this battle? That's what I don't know. We got a new 5 minute. Right, the ask easily got to 713. Nice, easily. I don't know if you guys saw that on the level 2, but the ask easily got to 713. Mm, 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 mm. And a little bit about me, guys. In terms of like how I'm trading, I didn't trade like this at one point, man. I used to be a nerve wreck, take profits quick. I'm really trying to like grow as a trader. I'm trying to grow as a trader. I'm trying to really like have like when you guys see these people like with those crazy winning days, I'm trying to have those days. I'm trying to have days where I make 1,000, 2,000. So in order to have days like this, you gotta push your limits. You gotta push and feel uncomfortable. And I'd be lying to you to say that I feel comfortable right now. No, you know what I mean. You see $411, you want to take it and run. So no, I'm not. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. You know, because I want to take my money and go. I do. I really do. But I need to be able. We need to be able to sit in these trades and understand that there's more money to make. Like this is just digital. It's just numbers on the screen. You know, it sounds crazy to say, but it is just numbers on the screen. So play the game. Play the game. Play the game. And when you play to win. Okay? We're here now. We're back to 7-Eleven. Let's see what happens here. We should be able to break this right now. Because the ask did get to 7-Eleven. So we should be able to break it. But now you see how the ask is holding up to 712 right now? Okay, we got to 7-Eleven again. Oh yeah. We got 7-Eleven 93. There we freaking go. Come on now. Nice. And you see how we this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, everybody. Sorry. Oops. I was trying to sell. Hopefully it didn't bounce back on me. Nice. I'm trying to take it to my goal. My goal right there is that takes him off. My goal was 708. Trying to nice. I got one contract left, guys. I'm gonna try to hold this one to 708. Nice day. Great day. And we saw I was in the red for a little bit. You know, I had a massive loss. Oh, not massive. I had a decent size to loss on Nike. Don't know how, but on a day we're realizing 233. I'm up so far. Four. I still got my swing on Oracle. I might have to let this one go. It's probably not gonna get to where I wanted to go by the end of the week, and that's okay. But great day. Great day. Now my goal is 708. Trying to take this thing to 708. Because on the daily, I'm gonna switch my chart. You see right here? We got a level right there. I'm trying to take that last contract to 706. But great trade. Great hold. Now I'm gonna put a stop order at see, I don't want. I'm over here telling myself I don't want to break it because I'm trying to find an area to put a stop order. See, I'm not really trying to give back profit on this too much. There's no need to. So I got a target and I got to stop. My target is to get out at 1330. And I have a stop order at 980. So I still walk out in the green. Cool. The day is good, guys. The day is good. The day is good. Yeah, Nike was a piece of garbage, yo. Let's see what Nike's doing now. Yeah, Nike was just garbage. See, guys, so what I did on Nike was I had a call for earnings down here. I guess it was I guess it cost a lot, going into earnings. And we got all the way up here. And I couldn't even like it the options it didn't move. The options did not move. So honestly I think that was my final call in terms of like yeah, I was about to go ahead. I moved my stop on Meta. I moved my stop. I'm like, Meta still has room. Like, let me not be foolish, because it could easily get to my stop, like easily. Probably should have got out of everything, but like I said, I'm trying my best to be aggressive on some of these plays. Take things to my targets. So I move. That's not a good thing to move your stop. It's really not. It's really, really not a good thing to move because I moved my stop just now. That's not something that I advocate people to do. But I think Meta could get to this target, so that's the only reason why I moved it. Because my target on Meta is 708, at least 708. On the daily is 706. Let's go check on something. All right, since Meta's the only thing I'm watching for today, I'm gonna change all my tickers to Meta. Yeah, let's look at a 15-minute on Meta. See how we trading on the S1. This is exactly why I'm holding on to this. But you see how this was kind of wicky? We haven't got a full candle yet. Let's change this to the 1 hour. Oh, we got real close there. Then you see the 4 hour? 707. That's why I'm saying 708. And let's see the 4 hours starts what? 930. 930. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I'm back in the red now. We're under VWAP. I'm going to try to hold this thing, man. See, I don't want us to get too. I don't want Meta to take profit away from me, which I allowed it to do. I was trying to be aggressive and take it to my target. So hard to take things to your target. I can't lie to you guys. It is extremely hard taking things to your target. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably let this position go. But it was a great trade. I gave back $200. But as long as this thing is on the VWAP, I'm holding on to it. But yeah, it's not looking too good. Because this thing could reclaim VWAP and come right here. Yeah, because this was a little bit different. Like, we went ahead and rejected the 9 versus now. I mean, I'm sorry, we rejected the 20 versus now we're getting above the 20. But we're looking at 5-minute though. Still on the VWAP, but yeah, it's just different time frames. Yeah. Well, still profitable on the day, so it's okay. Let's see what's gonna happen. Next 2 minute, yeah, but I'm not too cocky. The 2 minute, it got above the 20. So that's right here. So now this is showing a sign of a reversal versus seeing a wick here on the down side. So yeah, it's not looking like it's gonna make another leg down. Buyers are starting to trap the shorts. See how sell, then buy, the buyers starting to trap the shorts now. And I'm over here looking at the order book, and there's a lot more buying coming in from what it looks like. So yeah. Meta is down 2.5% on the day. Yeah, looking at the order book, there's buyers all over the place. There's buyers. There's buyers all over the place on Meta right now. Let's see. Right now, price on Meta is 715.10. We got a large seller at 716. Yeah, Oracle. Oracle ain't doing nothing. Tomorrow's Thursday, so Oracle gotta give me a move by tomorrow. Nvidia's back up. I say this for Meta. If Meta comes back down and tests this 711 area, if we don't break it, I'm out. I'm just gonna take it and be out. We do have a lower high though on Meta, so that's nice. We got some selling volume coming at 715. That's what I'm seeing on the order book. All right, we got 2 more minutes, and then in 2 more minutes it will be. It's right now, 10:28 East Coast time. So 2 more minutes, it'll be 10:30, and we've already been in the markets for about an hour. Just think about it, 1 hour made $400. Oh, we got a strong seller that just came in on Meta from what I see on the order book. So let's see how this plays out. Oh, okay. Buyers are looking to come back in. At seven, there's a seller at 716. Yeah, that seller sized up heavily, and now that seller is taking some off now. It's crazy. The sellers outweigh the buyers right now on the order book. The one thing in the market is that we all see the same thing. It's just, do we want to respect it? Like we're dealing with algorithms. So that's the difficult part. Oh wow, we got seven. Yeah, still got sellers at 716, but now people are pushing it up to 717. All right, let's see. A new 5 minute, a new 15. So the sellers on this order book are outweighing the buyers. They are. By a lot. Not by a little, by a lot. But we're holding on to this S2 on the 5 minute. As you guys can see, we're just holding on to this S2 level. Yeah, we're not letting it go. Yeah, I think Meta's gonna try to fill that order at 716. Yeah, but I think the 716 seller just left. Yeah, that 716 seller, he literally just left. Yeah. Yeah, because I had orders to sell, so that was gonna go ahead and change the price a little bit. But yeah, Meta's gonna get to 716. I like to see how it reacts off 716, but it's holding on to this S2 level. I guess Meta didn't want to see 708. Still trading under VWAP, so I'm gonna hold it. But the minute it breaks VWAP, yeah, I'm out. It keeps falling back, but it's not. It's not falling the way I like it to. I might let go of Oracle and just come back another day on Oracle. Because Oracle just it's been trending and staying under the 50, and it just broke the 50-day moving average on the 1 hour chart. So I could easily come in tomorrow and Oracle could be at freaking 285. So I'm like, yeah, sellers are stacking up again. On Meta, to be exact. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of Oracle, most likely, guys. Because Oracle is just, yeah. Out of 270. Oh, wow, but the volume on that 270 is high. But what I'm seeing, yeah, I'm gonna get out of this. Yeah, I'm all out of Oracle. I don't like it. Not gonna waste my time. Holding on to that. All right, so the only thing I'm holding on to is Meta. And Meta is just because it's under VWAP, so I'm just trying to stay patient on that one. But other than that, man, my day is done. Well, I only realized $65. Yeah, because I took that freaking loss on thing. Yikes. Well, you're gonna take your losses. Yeah, Meta is looking like I'm about to also sell Meta as well. I like the fact that we're under VWAP, but I'm not quite sure if it wants to get to my target of 708. All right, Meta. And guys, my day is done. So I hope you guys know that. Like, my day is practically done. I'm just really waiting for this Meta trade to see if we get to 708.
Travel in airplanes. If you look at GDP for Q2, the Atlanta Fed.
I'm gonna stop swinging on this account because it's not it. If you guys wonder why I sold Oracle, Oracle on the hour chart it broke the 50 day. Now it's coming back under the 50 day. But the option expires on Friday. So it just didn't make sense to hold on to it. And tomorrow's Thursday. So that's why I sold it. It was, to me, it was just logical. This is why I make the most out of your trades. You see how I'm holding on to that one contract? I could have skated and left. But I said, nah, I'm going to hold on to it. Nvidia is going rampant right now. Today would have been a good second day play on Nvidia. Honestly, it would have been a really good second day play. But I saw something else. So I traded that. And what I saw was I'm sorry, I was looking at the order book. I saw Meta. And honestly, I'm happy I traded that. Now, looking at the order book on Meta, I'm not seeing that many sellers anymore. I'm seeing a whole bunch of buyers now. Yeah, I'm looking at the order book. There ain't that many sellers. Mm-mm. So this could lead to a buy up because it's not. I'm looking at this order book. There are no sellers. They got buyers at 713.10. Yeah, probably should run up at this point. Well, honestly, price should actually get to the buyers because there's no sellers. So prices might just drop to 713.10. Honestly, because we have a large buyer at 713.10. He's going in at 5,055.
Right now, is that just how we feel?
He should study more. I love this view, by the way. This is like, let's go.
5 out of 10.
Let's go get
We get going. I'll have to talk to Steph today.
You gotta know the playbook inside and out.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
I mean, 5 out of 10. I went to Ohio State. He's failing.
Jeff Diggs said that his comfortability within the offense is a 5 out of 10 right now. Is that just how he
Then he
feels?
should study more.
Okay.
I love this you, by the way. This is like, let's go.
5 out of 10.
Let's go get
We
him.
get going. I'll have to talk to Steph today.
You gotta know the playbook inside and out.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
I mean,
This is another day in my life. I decided that I wasn't going to skip any classes today. I got to school and I put the roof on my car so no one steals it. I was running late to my English class. I knew my teacher would be mad, but I didn't expect her to mark me absent for being only 4 minutes late. So I packed my stuff.
Sorry, guys. I'm over here on freaking Instagram now. It's not really much going on. I want to end my day with you guys seeing what the final result is. Yeah, we got Sellers coming back in at 7:15. Yeah, we're not getting much, man. Yeah, we got a good set of buys that kind of came in at like 7:15. This is when trading is so boring because you sit here waiting for all of this.
School day was over.
Yeah, buys just stepped up. Yeah, buys just went ahead and just stepped up. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is, I'm about to walk away with not that much of a turn. Sellers are back. The goal is to take the meta down here. That's the goal. And I don't know if I'm gonna hold this for the whole entire day because I'm not fully in the green. Yeah, man, this move is probably gonna take another freaking hour. To be honest with you, this move is probably gonna take an hour, man. If it was to get down there, I don't know, honestly, if it was gonna get down there, it should have got down there here at this point, no, to be honest with you. To be honest with you guys, it's probably not going to get there. At this point, you're talking like right here and now. They could just consolidate, maybe chain around here a little bit, but I think the move is done. All right. About to call it, guys. The only thing that's keeping me in this trade is the fact that it's still under VWAP. It's the only thing that's keeping me in this damn trade. Oh, man. Boring. Yeah. Probably gonna get out of here. All of that work today. Breaking VWAP. I think I'm only coming out today with like 80 bucks. Guys, I didn't make shit today. I made $59. Made $59, man. All that hard work and made $59. Oh my freaking gosh. Let me see. So yesterday 147, today 59. Hey, what you want me to say? Shit. At least it's not a red day. Damn, that sucks. Man, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you guys. You know, this is the harsh reality of trading. You know, a part of this is my fault too. I did go ahead and I put swings in that didn't work out for me. Nike was trash. Like, I didn't make any money on Nike. Can't tell you why I did it. I had calls for 70. Let's see, I had a 72 call. Oh wow, now I'm up on it. 218, 219, but I wouldn't have been up much. You know what I mean? I had a 75 call and I bought that for 138. So that's all right. It's not a red day. That's the least I can say. But thank you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Peace and love.